multi-exclusive dimensional being card with another exclusive grand rising kings, queens, gods, and goddesses. So of course, as y'all know, as of today, September 6th, Venus has entered Leo. It left Cancer. And of course, what is Cancer? Cancer is a water sign. That's basically dealing with home private matters. But of course, Venus don't really mix and mingle with that element. There's always a clashing going on because Venus loves to get out there and basically show her beauty, show her finances, and basically love luxury. Cancer like to be home in the nest and basically want to stay home and relax and be cool, calm, and collective. And of course, what is Venus? Venus is basically governing Taurus and Libra. So of course, Taurus is pretty much an earth sign, so it's not really dealing with air. It's just Taurus co-ruler is basically Venus. So of course, when we're dealing with that, Taurus is fixed. And of course, when you're fixed and basically you're not too open, Venus don't like that shit. Venus want to see you express yourself to her. Venus want to see your passions. Like, she want to see you thrive. For me, when you too fixated and shit, things can get a little out of control and shit. So of course, Cardinal don't like that. Cardinal want to see everything. Cardinal want to be lovey-dovey. Cardinal want to be laid up. Cardinal also want her balance too. Cardinal also need her space too. Feel me? But you got to make sure you fulfill her needs too, or there's gonna be some problems. Also, when we dealing with Venus, that's an air sign. And of course, as you know, we soon about to be in motherfucking Libra season. So Mercury is in Libra. So Mercury is basically dealing with the way we think, the way we communicate, the way we interact. And that's also dealing with analyzing the details as we please too. And of course, Mercury governs Gemini and it governs Virgo, but also Mercury loves to be in the air sign. So when it's in the air sign, things is more fluent. Feel me? It's at home. It's comfortable. It's not all crazy and going all over the place when it's in retrograde, when it's in motherfucking other natures. But when it's in basically Libra, air sign, things is more balanced. Feel me? People gonna feel the need to express themselves and look for harmonious and peace and balance during this time. And of course, it's gonna be difficult because of all this crazy shit going on. But everybody gotta have balance in their life during these times. So it's important to make sure we take care of that. And of course, I'm about to run down these houses. So if you got Venus and Leo, or if you got a Leo, well, you know where Leo is at in your chart. These are the influences that you're gonna basically be expecting. So of course, when we dealing with these elements, it's all about when we got Venus and Leo. Leo is basically fixed fire. So also, Leo and Libra mix. They get along, feel me? Because Leo is center stage, feel me? And of course, Libra want to be center stage also too. So it's a blend. It's a twin flame. It's a soul flame kind of mix right here. So when we got these things, is basically the shit gonna get rolling, feel me? If you're in a relationship right now, you need to act out on these natures. So, and of course, you're gonna be striving for these natures. So if you're not striving for these natures, then something not right. Your love life is not popping right now. I don't care how hard you work. You gotta mix it up. Feel me? You gotta get deep. You gotta get in those values. You gotta get up in her desires too. You gotta get up in his desires too, mama. Can't be lazy. Gotta use the moon. So of course, when we dealing with Venus and Leo, if you got this in your first house, you're gonna be reacting, responding, and you need to basically have balance with self-expression, passionate romance, and also basically being more brave. So if your partner is not mixing and mingling with these elements or these gestures, it's time to basically get a spark going. Because if you don't get this spark going, you're going to feel the need to basically say, okay, by the way, I don't need to be with this person. This person need to get away from me. And of course, also, Venus don't like being in the motherfucking, in the first house. Because also, it plays the energies of motherfucking Aries. And things can get out of control. So you just might basically react and respond without thinking. So this can also cause a little tension. You feel me? Yes, Leo is basically fire, fixed. But it's also like considerate. But Aries, they just basically they make their mind up and just basically go from there. So it's gonna be hard playing that spectrum. So take power and control and have balance in that spectrum. Now when we got Libra in the second house, it's basically having balance with your values, being expensive, love, worshiping, also clothing, desires, food, accessories, motherfucking cars, expensive cars, expensive houses and shit. Try not to overexpend, feel me? Try to have balance here, feel me? You don't need to really go all out. If you got the money, you shine like a motherfucker. But also learn how to have balance with what you spend, because you won't hesitate, for me. And you also get attacked by five senses. And also, Venus don't like Taurus neither, so you need to also watch out for that shit too. Not saying they don't like them as they don't fuck with them, but it just don't really mix and mingle, feel me? Because Taurus is too fixated in their ways. They don't really suffer. They don't really show expression. So as far as the emotion, they more stiff, they more stubborn in their own ways. And of course, Libra want to see that, yo, give me a kiss, do this, do that. So things can get a little crazy. So I mean, it's one thing you can buy her all the merchandise in the world, but it's another to basically show her that affection. I mean, that's what she want and need. That's what she desire for: love, beauty, romance, appreciation. Also, when you got motherfucking Libra and when you got Venus and Leo in the third house, it's basically you're gonna have balance and have fiery passion towards your friends, going out on barbecues, having harmonious pleasures, beauty, luxury, and also the opposite sex with your neighbors, your siblings, and also your relatives and shit. You may feel the need to mix and mingle with your family, or just go out, have barbecues, have fun and shit. Get out there, get drunk, get pissy drunk, and do your hookah or whatever, smoke your weed. Feel me? Also take advantage of this shit too. Feel me? Don't stay stagnated. Don't let this fake ass virus be the reason why your summer just collapsed. Feel me? Get your ass out there and have motherfucking fun. You only got this life to live until you make another motherfucking vessel. So don't sit in somebody else's hell. Make sure your heaven is being fixated and situated, and adapt to these changes. Also, when we're dealing with Venus and Leo in the fourth house, you're going to be reacting, responding to fiery, and also you're going to be reacting, responding to cardinal air when we're dealing with comfort, love, nurturing, home, family, private matters, romance. And also you got to be the host, and you got to host these things, and basically you're going to feel the need to basically express it. So take control into that. And of course, it's going to take time, especially if you're not in a relationship. I mean, you might just feel the need to try to get comfortable with somebody first before you basically try to get in their legs, or if you try to get in her pants type shit. You know, y'all know how it is during these times. Also, when you got Venus and Leo in the fifth house, it's basically being more playful, being more excited, looking for attention, striving for attention, romance, pleasure, sex, and of course, sex is important too. When we dealing with this aspect, because it's Venus and Leo, so she's gonna strive for sex. She want attention, and she want the relationship to get very harmonious and be very more exciting. You want to basically put yourself in a circumstance situation being stagnated and being too serious and down to earth. I mean, it's one thing to be serious, but it's another. You got to make sure you got to make time for her, or else if she don't see this spark and y'all ain't working on y'all endeavors, y'all don't have no spark, y'all don't have no excitement, she gonna feel the need to basically break up or just move on, or cheat too. That can also be another spectrum that you got to watch for. Also, when you got Venus and the motherfucking Virgo, this is basically being Virgo it falls here. Feel me? When you got Venus in your sixth house, Venus falls in this motherfucker, because instead of you showing love and emotion, you're so serious, you're so down to earth. You don't want to be too intimacy with your mate. You don't like to show off. You don't like to basically, you just stay stagnated and detached from all that shit. You too fixed and too stiff, feel me? Try to basically loosen up right during this time and shit, and feel me? And be a little romantic. You could be a freak, but you gotta like show your romantic side too. Also, when we got motherfucking Venus and Leo in the seventh house, basically dealing with balance, comfortability, relating. You're gonna feel the need to want to be in a relationship. If you're single during this time, you're gonna be striving for relationships, or you may try to get with somebody or get spiritual. You're gonna be reactive, responding to these natures. So make sure you got balance within yourself before you put yourself in a relationship, and don't just be too quick to basically give your all, because you might kill a motherfucker. Also, when we got Venus and Leo in your eighth house, you're gonna be reacting, responding. It falls here too, overwhelming, and you're gonna be very deep with the way you feel and express yourself. You're gonna be a little curious about love, the way you open up, and Also, you're gonna also have passions in this part too. But things gonna be a little up. There's gonna be ups and downs and shit. I mean, but you're gonna look for mental stimulation as far as sexual stimulation also too. Watch for that, and of course, sex. As long as the sex is good, you can also make up for all the traumas and shit. But make sure you show some affection too. I mean, learn how to loosen up. Don't get too serious. Don't be too fixated in your ways. Express yourself. Also, when we got Venus and Leo in your ninth house, you're gonna be reacting, responding to having love, being more open, being independent, having values and shit, being a workaholic. Watch out for detachment too, cause you know, y'all motherfuckers need y'all space. But at the end of the day, if you give too much space, your mate gonna be like, "What the fuck going on?" Also, you gonna be like, "What the fuck going on?" Like, what's going on? Like, for me, I mean, it's one thing we all need our space for me, but when you got, but also Venus and Sag, they mix and mingle. So of course you're gonna be open for new opportunities. You might overindulge into spending spirituality and shit like that. So if this person not on your vibration and that level, you're gonna feel the need to get away from that person or try to bring them there. Or you may have many relationships, but watch out for that. Also, when we got motherfucking Venus and Leo in your 10th house, it's basically being too detached, being too serious, too down to earth, and being too logical, less emotional. For me, you're gonna feel the need to want to be with somebody that's down to earth. I mean, but learn how to loosen up sometimes. It ain't all about hard work too. You gotta have some fun too. You gotta have some fun. You gotta enjoy yourself. I mean, you can't be too stiff and too stagnated, this motherfucker. Also, when we talk about Venus and Leo in the 11th house, you're gonna feel the need to basically get into a lot of companionships, a lot of relationships, a lot of romance, a lot of cheating may be going on and shit. For me, don't get me wrong. Libra and Aquarius mix, but Aquarius they don't really show emotion like that. For me, they too cold with it. It's like Saturn also, but it's more having balance and harmonianship and basically having humanitarian with the earth, with the world and shit. So it's gonna play out into these spectrums, but be careful and try to watch out for this shit too. And last but not least, motherfucking Pisces. So you got Venus and Leo in your 12th house. You're gonna be reacting, responding to people, places, and things, secret affairs, cheating, spirituality, romantic needs, and betrayal. You could be carrying this from your past life, or you may be coming across people, places, and things that might be trying to like act out in these natures with you. So, yeah, Venus do get along with Sagittarius, but when it comes to Pisces, that's like a little different. For me, that's like a little. They mix though. It is exalted. It is exalted there, but there could be some tensions depending on what kind of seed you was growing or what kind of vibration you're in. So be aware of this shit too. And that's pretty much it. And make sure y'all utilize motherfucking cardinal air, love, romance, beauty for me. Have fun with your girl for me. Go down on her. Make sure you go down on him too, girl. Also, y'all just basically be out there. Y'all just express yourself. Have fun and shit. For me, go to the hotel. Go fuck on the balcony. Fuck in the car. Fuck in the staircase. You don't need a bed. Like, you just need to have fun right now, feel me? You gotta live your motherfucking life. Fuck on the roof. Have fun. Take her to trips. Take her to dates. Also, music is needed too. Make sure you playing those 432 hertz. You don't want to be playing that bullshit ass music. Make sure that music is opening up y'all souls. Make sure y'all basically resonating on a higher frequency vibration energy. Make sure y'all also not overexpending y'all money, because it's also, Venus is opposing motherfucking Saturn right now. So you want to make sure you don't show off or show your ass, or you might be getting used or played right now too, because you got money. And that's why that's the only reason why she with you too. So it can get very tricky. You can be a trickster in this motherfucker too, especially with that Mercury and Libra. So, not saying that all Libras. Well, I'm not even talking about that spectrum. You can be any sign. You can have motherfucking Mercury and Libra or Venus and Leo type shit. So be aware of this shit too. And just because it's Libra season coming up, don't mean you need to basically be all in somebody's ass. Try to calm down, be cool and chill right now. Feel me? Have balance and shit. Learn that we all go through phases and shit. We all human beings, but at the end of the motherfucking day. Well, not everybody. But yeah. That's real shit. I love y'all. And stay focused. And pleasure each other.